We're in Ann Arbor, Michigan with Volkswagen, driving the 2026 Tiguan.
Now with a turbo. Wait, they're all turbocharged. Okay, Andrea.
Oh yeah, a Tiguan with more power.
Were you asking for it? I don't know, but it's here, and I think there's going to be a certain segment of the market that is going to eat this up.
Oh yeah.
Okay, let's get into it. We're gonna focus on the turbo, but we're gonna encapsulate the whole Tiki family.
Yeah.
Let's get into what's under the hood.
A 2-liter turbocharged 4-cylinder with an 8-speed automatic transmission. 268 horsepower and 258 pound-feet of torque. That's an extra 67 horsepower and 51 pound-feet of torque compared to the base engine Tiguan. Standard all-wheel drive. This performance powertrain is only available on the top trim, and get this, you can use regular fuel.
So all engines are turbocharged. The more powerful one, only on one trim. All other models get the 2-liter 4-cylinder, also with an 8-speed automatic transmission, but 201 horsepower, 221 pound-feet of torque. Standard all-wheel drive in Canada, front-wheel drive and all-wheel drive models in the United States. The front-wheel drive model has a little less torque at 207 pound-feet. Okay, so we're going to get into the key standard features of the base model Tiguan.
The base Tiguan comes with a 12.9-inch touchscreen, wireless, Apple CarPlay and Android Auto, a 10.25-inch digital driver display, 15-watt wireless charger, a 6-speaker audio system, cloth upholstery, manual front seats with height adjustment, heated front seats, a heated steering wheel, manual tailgate, and IQ Drive driver assist technology. Some of these features are not standard in the US, like a heated steering wheel, but you can get it on the top trim. For 2026, Volkswagen has added lane change assist.
So the turbo, by the way, they're all turbocharged.
They are.
Even the base model engine is turbocharged. They're calling it a turbo. Discuss amongst yourselves in the comment section why they called it a turbo. But the biggest difference is you get a larger turbo, you get better brakes, you get badging, of course, and you get paddle shifters behind the steering wheel. But what you really get, Andrea, is a sensation of more fun, right?
Way more fun. I also want to add that you get stronger pistons and connecting rods.
I just want to say, Andrea, can you talk dirty like that some more? I love that techie talk.
I know you like the techie talk. I got to throw it in once in a while for him.
All right, so they also have, the turbo is larger. It's a variable geometry turbo. It's a high-tech stuff. It's all working together to give you more power, to also just impact the fuel economy slightly, but you get almost 270 horsepower in a compact SUV. There'll be people that take that all day long.
And I think that's the key about the fuel economy, is that you could move into this performance Tiguan and the fuel economy isn't that bad, and we're going to have the exact numbers coming up in our vital stats. Now, some of you may be wondering, is this the same engine that's in the Atlas? Because the power is quite similar.
I thought it was originally.
No, the Atlas has the Evo 4 engine. This has the new Evo 5. I assume that when the Atlas is redone that they will add the Evo 5 to that. It just makes sense. And then we also asked Volkswagen, okay, is this the same engine that's in the Q5? And they said it may share some components, but it's still a different engine.
Okay, so Tiguan is Volkswagen's #1 nameplate. It's the best seller most years, and it'll be the best seller for 2026 for sure, especially with this new powertrain. So they've gone with the newest and the latest for their most successful model, and with the new style and the interior we're going to show you in just a moment, and now with more power, it's kind of playing in its own little part of the world as we see other brands all shifting towards more fuel efficient hybrids. Volkswagen's working on that too, eventually to come, but right now they're leaning into why people like Volkswagen, which is for all the things we just talked about: performance, handling, and now you get more without sacrificing really much in fuel economy.
Yeah, you're getting that fun factor, that engaging drive. And some of you ask me, you always say, Andrea, you like a vehicle with an engaging drive. That's not always easy to find in the non-luxury category. You can find vehicles that are fuel efficient, that will be reliable and get you from A to B, but sometimes that fun factor is missing, and Tiguan offers that. In fact, Volkswagen says that 76% of their customers are looking for something that has an engaging or fun drive.
Okay, so because they're the only mainline German manufacturer, all the other ones are luxury, right? Yeah. So German car intender, someone that I think I want to get me a German car, and you can't afford those, and that's great. You go to Volkswagen and they have all of this, and I'm here to tell you, you're getting a big chunk of what you would get in a lot of those other brands, especially in amenities on the inside. And now with an engine that rivals an Audi, for example, there'll be people that want this.
You know, Volkswagen is blurring the lines between luxury and non-luxury. When you look at this interior, you say to yourself, why would I move into a luxury brand when I can get all this at a pretty affordable price point when you're looking at the start of what a luxury compact vehicle starts at, like a Q5 or an X3?
You see that with Atlas. So Volkswagen, in the Canadian market specifically, two of their best sellers are Tiguan and Atlas. It's the top trim. Yeah. The most expensive one is the best seller. Just think about that for a second. Usually it's kind of a middle trim, not at VW.
So let's get into how this feels. First off, I want to say that the 8-speed automatic transmission is very smooth, but also when you're accelerating from a stoplight or a stop sign and you want to move quickly, it is smooth. Like the whole transition just feels so smooth.
We were on the interstate here. We're in Michigan, by the way, and we were on the interstate and we're driving on. It was a beautifully new paved part of the highway. Yeah. And I said to Andrea, you know, you get in a German car and then it all comes together when you get on the highway. It's quiet. It is quiet. And it's got the power to pass a truck. We did that. Merging on the highway, we tried that. So it's got the jam. Now, it isn't like that. Like it's a high performance car.
No.
It's just the performance that some people are missing in other compact utilities.
But think about it. Okay, Atlas has a little bit more power than this, but that is a much larger vehicle. Tiguan is now 170 pounds lighter. So not only do you have a little more power in the base model now, but you're also getting this performance model, and it's lighter. So just think about it. Like, I love to accelerate in this. Like, it just feels so refined.
We don't know the Michigan police that well, Andrea.
No, we don't.
We might get to know them today. Just saying.
I think for somebody who wants some fun, a Tiguan, a non-luxury brand with a little bit of performance, you're going to get in this and you're really going to like it.
I think it's really also for people who do a lot of highway driving. If you really want that, be able to get away from trucks. A big thing when you're driving on the highway is getting away from other people. Power does that. So we already mentioned the bestseller is the top trim, and that gets the R-line design features on the outside. So the darker elements around the windows, the dark grille, the bigger wheels. People really like that sporty, like the Germans know how to do that stuff really well. So that is the best seller, and that's the one that gets this engine in the Canadian market. In the US, it's called SEL.
Yes, and there's also Black Edition, Comfort Line, Black Edition, R Line, and you can get the black exterior accents, maybe a little bit of a sportier look. Now, I did ask Volkswagen, do you think that you'll add this as an option on other trims to get that performance engine? And they said, at this time, no, we're only going with the top trim, but for sure we can pivot and add it if the market demands it.
I think they'll add it. So the previous Tiguan was a sales success, but there was an element of potential buyers didn't like the look of it, thought it maybe had a bit of a wagon vibe to it. So it's interesting that the packaging of this is quite interesting. So this is lighter by 70 kilos over the last model. It's actually a tiny bit shorter, but the interior volume for passengers is better. It's a little magic. But what it does is it gives it a more upright shape, a more classic SUV profile with a blunt front, a more upright greenhouse effect, and I think it's really looking more like the gasoline version of the ID4.
Absolutely. I mean, it fits well in the lineup now. I thought that was an interesting comment, that some people didn't like the wagon look of the old Tiguan. I was a little bit surprised by that, but I'm with them. I think that this is just more modern looking. I like the short overhangs. It's slightly wider than the outgoing model, but other than that, you know, they've actually made it shorter because of those shorter overhangs. The Tiguan gets 7 inches of ground clearance, and it comes standard with LED projector headlamps, LED tail lamps, chrome accents, a rear light bar, 17-inch wheels, available 18-inch wheels and 20-inch wheels. It also has a compact spare tire.
Okay, you push the button here in the center. That toggles between volume and then your sport mode. I'll always do sport mode. And away we go, Andrea. I want to experience this.
Yeah. Sounds good.
Yeah, and it's got a regular torque converter automatic. It's not a dual clutch, so it doesn't feel weird. I like a dual clutch, but a lot of people don't like it.
No.
All right, so the engine we think is good. And then I think the bigger selling feature for most Tiguan buyers is when they walk into the Volkswagen store and they open the door and they look inside and they go, honey, I want this because it looks so good.
Yeah.
There's a lot of competition. This is the most competitive end of the segment, and boy, they brought their A game for this.
Beautiful interior, beautiful. Of course, this is the top spec, but you've got leather, you have quilting, you've got some stitching. Like I said earlier, this is blurring the lines between luxury and non-luxury. The leather feels good. I think that this brown interior is quite beautiful. I'm not 100% sold on the wood trim. I would like a separate option, but unfortunately for the top trim, you're only getting wood. It is a nice addition. I think some people will like that luxury feel of it.
Yeah, so the Tiguan already been on sale for several months now, and this is the interior everybody wants, is the brown one. So we get it. Also, the wood is real wood. You've got a nice vinyl wrap dash pad, nice materials. They still lean into the shiny hard plastic at Volkswagen. They're doing it more now for decoration on the door cards, the crash pad there.
Yes.
For the front dash, and a little bit around here. They could tone this part down. You know, what ID4 has the gray plastic?
Yeah.
I kind of like that. It wouldn't work with this color combo though.
No, the gray wouldn't be a great mix. I really like the cream piping and the contrast with the gray. Just generally a stunning interior. This top trim is just loaded with features, from a 360 camera, a head-up display. You've got driver's seat memory.
Oh, wait. Massage seats. And when I say massage seats, massage seats.
Not like a very light massage. It kind of gets in there for a car, which is surprising. Ventilated front seats, a power passenger seat with a height adjustment. Hello, we always like that. You also have heated rear seats and a hands-free power tailgate, and the 12-speaker Harman Kardon sound system.
But you're skipping over the biggest thing, Andrea.
Yes?
The biggest thing is the big thing
Yes.
in the dashboard. So we do have the larger one, but we were just driving another product with a brand new screen, and their biggest screen is the Volkswagen smaller size. So
That's
what size
right.
is the smaller one?
So the smaller one's a 12.9-inch touchscreen. You get standard wireless Apple CarPlay and Android Auto, as well as a standard 10.25-inch digital driver display. This screen that we have on our test model is 15 inches. It's a little bit big, and there are a lot of functions that are done in this screen. There's also tabs for your climate control, heated and ventilated seats. So, you know, it is easy to access. I have to say the graphics are really crisp and clear. And also it's pretty fast.
Yeah, we have a GTI, last model year, 2024 GTI with the older back end, and it is noticeably quicker in this one.
Yeah.
So you're getting a more powerful car, you're getting the latest tech, you're getting a beautiful interior with features you typically see in luxury brands like massage seats. So there's a reason why the top one is getting sold the most. For people who are German car intenders, they're like, I'll take that one.
That's right. And also customizable ambient lighting, so you can switch up the colors in your if you choose. There's just lots of options. So overall, they nailed it with the interior. It's pretty obvious. And once again, it makes you think about, do I buy a BMW X3 or do I just buy a Tiguan? Frankly, I'm not loving the styling of BMWs these days.
For those that don't want to go all the way to this top trim, other features on models include a panoramic sunroof, 8-way power driver's seat with power recline, lumbar support, 10-color ambient lighting, and a power liftgate. Even though this Tiguan is slightly shorter overall, the back seat actually is roomier than the last model. And you can see me getting in the back seat. There is a lot of leg room, good headroom. How does it stack up?
The Tiguan has 40.2 inches of front row legroom and second row legroom.
The power liftgate on this model flips up and you get a very large and useful cargo area. And under the floor is a temporary spare tire.
Cargo space for the Tiguan behind the second row is 26.5 cubic feet, and overall cargo space is 58.9 cubic feet. Now, a couple things to mention. These seats are very comfortable. They provide a lot of support, especially for your thighs, something I like. And also the R-Line model has a heated sports steering wheel with the R badging and also sport pedals.
We're going to get into the vital stats now. Pay attention to this top trim price. It's really well priced. Yeah. And also pay attention to the difference in fuel economy between the regular motor and this higher performance one. So let's get into it.
Let's start with pricing. We'll do Canada first and then we'll move on to the US. We're using MSRP. The base trend line starts at just under $36,500, and this Highline Turbo R-Line starts at just under $49,000. In the US, the first front-wheel drive model is just over $30,500, and the SEL R-Line Turbo all-wheel drive is just over $43,000.
So here's the combined city and highway fuel economy for the base engine. It's 9.2 liters per 100 kilometers. That's 25.5 miles per gallon. For the turbo, it's only 9.5 liters per 100 kilometers combined, just under 25 miles per gallon. All-wheel drive Tiguans can tow 1,800 pounds and front-wheel drive 1,500 pounds. The warranty is 4 years, 80,000 kilometers or 50,000 miles. Lightning round, two things we like to see improved.
Like the extra power that Tiggy has.
All right, so the engine is fantastic. I think for the price, it's a really good deal.
Tone down the piano black. I'd like to see less of it.
You know, the only thing I would ask for you is this engine may be offered in other trims. That's about it. I think they've got a winner on their hands. They know they have a winner on their hands. All right, Andrea, that's the new Tiggy from Volkswagen. What do you guys think of that?
Thanks for watching. And if you like what you see, subscribe. We'll see you next time.